Even as on today, he is the same CGIT or
Same CGI2, he is the same CGI2.
even as on today?
Yes, my lord, S.K. Thakur.
He has not recused.
He has not recused.
So that is sufficient for seeking a transfer?
No, my lord,
No.
that is not good enough.
What is the law?
My lord, the law is
First paragraph of the writ application, which is the relief prayed for in this writ application. Your lordship may kindly come to the first paragraph. I will just read out to your lordship.
Transfer of the case.
My lords?
You are seeking transfer of the case?
Yes, my lords.
On what grounds?
On the ground, my lords, the presiding officer of CGIT2 Dhanbad, before becoming presiding officer, CGIT was an employee of the Employees Provident Fund Organization, and in the capacity of Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner, he had conducted a 7A proceeding from a particular period 89 to 93 with respect to same respondent number 2, and he was elected as a compliance officer.
Even as on today, he is the same CGIT or
Same CGI2, he is the same CGI2.
even as on today?
Yes, my lord, S.K. Thakur.
You have any objection?
yes, ma'am.
What?
My lord, the proceeding that they are talking about is of the year 93-94, and that proceeding was in terms of section 7A1B. That is when the amount was to be quantified. Now thereafter, all the orders were.
What are the criteria? What is the criteria which we examine for the case of transferring?
No, my lord, it is not of a transfer. They filed an application before the CGIT2 for a recusal. Now they said
not recused.
He has not recused.
So that is sufficient for seeking a transfer?
No, my lord,
No.
that is not good enough.
What is the law?
My lord, the law is as prescribed by my lord in the case of Indore Development Authority. If my lords will kindly have like paragraph 45 to 47, we've given a.
What is the latest law?
My lord, this is of the year 2020, my lord.
What's the law?
This is the it says that it is for the court to decide if it would be biased with regard to that, because there has been several proceedings thereafter. The entire matter had travelled right up to the Honorable Supreme Court. The orders were set aside and a fresh proceeding was initiated to examine as to what is the whether the respondents in this case, my lord, whether
these were undertaken by the same president?
No, my lord, no. So a fresh proceedings were initiated in the year 2011 with regard to 7A1A, whether we are liable in terms of the act to be liable for the taxes that is involved, my lord. So that proceeding had to be decided first before 7A1B proceeding could have been initiated. So 93, my lord, he had issued a notice, 3 notices they referred to when they filed that application. Those 3 were only with regard, and those were not with regard to any application of mind of the CGIT2. Then he was working as APFC. There was only ministerial orders had been passed.
We'll have to
examine
everything. Learned counts for the petitioner submits that the concerned presiding officer of CGIT2 Dhanbad, who is proceeding with the case,
Mr. S.K. Thakur,
was earlier
Assistant Provident Fund
Commissioner, and in the capacity
and Regional Provident Fund Commissioner 2, my lords.
He had earlier decided and conducted proceedings.
He has not decided. He didn't decide.
Only conducted.
Only issued notice.
As a compliance officer.
He only issued
decided what conducted proceedings under section 7A.
My lord, he did not even conduct the proceeding, my lord.
We have brought the documents on the court.
That is what we want to show.
Petitioners had therefore brought to his notice about the aforesaid facts, but he has refused to recuse himself. He has also granted an interim order against the interest of the petitioner.
Without assigning any reason.
He had not even appeared before the court, my lord. He only appeared before the registrar and he filed that application.
contest this application and submit that merely because of the presiding officer being earlier an officer with the EPF department, cannot be a sole ground for transferring the case. Matter requires to be examined. This case for final arguments on 18th of April. In the meanwhile, further proceedings shall remain stayed.
19th it may come.
17th.
Or it's not inconvenient, then it may come up on 17th.
Then it will go on the next week, 26th, 25th.
Malad, they have
25th April.
Malad, we already have given an undertaking that we are not pursuing the matter before
That's
that.
all, that's one and the same thing.
And the proceeding that is before the CGIT is completely different proceeding from what is being challenged by them.
We'll hear you at length.
Malad, because then there will be one issue, Malad, that they will be issuing a notice for recovery against us. We have challenged
There is no assessment.
their orders.
Till date, there is no assessment.
There is no assessment.
No, they have already held that we are liable for the taxes that are
No
we are
assessment
supposed
has
to
been
pay.
made. This is only an order for holding the
Further
applicant.
proceedings relating to the issue shall remain stayed and status quo shall be maintained
Much,
by both the parties.
much obliged.
We have filed a written argument also.
We'll hear
As per the wishes of the last bench.